you're really protecting your supports. And just knowing that you're going to be able to have that Legion commander go into a fight, lock down a single target, you're going to have a lot more freedom for your supports to get their abilities off.
Well, IO still gets banned, so there's that. Fuck, don't
It
worry.
gets banned at least. But I lost my double down. I'm not going to accept any pity.
Okay. Oh, you gotta try to win it back.
Yeah. It's going to be tough.
Double downing more.
No, Sheever. That's the wrong
way.
That's not good gambling practices, Sheever.
Now, here's a question for you. Do you guys think that LC gets a nerf coming up here? Oh, because I actually think LC is one of the more likely heroes to get a small nerf. If you look at it, during Kiev, that overwhelming odds that Universe hit in the Roche pit against SG, that was a 700 damage nuke. If you get all 5 enemy heroes in that, that's ridiculous to me.
That is crazy.
But at the same time, it's like you're playing against it, so you kind of know. So you just have to pay attention.
So you don't group up as all 5 heroes.
Yeah, there's other heroes that require you to split up more. I mean, you don't want to group up as 5 if you're playing against an Enigma. That's bad.
But I just think when you add together all the other things in that hero's kit, when you add together press the attack with the 140 attack speed in addition to the heal and the buff, the fact that she has that kind of burst damage potential in a team fight, it just puts her a little bit over the top for me.
I just think press the attack is broke. I mean, it's
amazing.
I know, she can be like a carry. She is the carry, and then you could also remove all the stuns. That's insane. She's a carry and a support. Too much. Earthshaker coming out for Secret.
So,
is that going to be the YapzOr Earthshaker?
That is like the 4, right?
Oh man, I just absolutely love seeing that.
Oh well, you didn't see the DreamLeague game we saw. Their first game. Team Secret.
Oh wait, it's YapzOr playing it. Oh, hey, I said 1-1, didn't I? I did say 1-1. There we go, we're good.
So
what are you guys talking about? Okay, you had one bad game on the hero, and now you throw... No.
Well, we have seen typically Secret likes to experiment first game. It seems like they've skipped to experiment in the second game.
No. Just, they like to experiment when they win game 1 as well. Yeah. Because they're like, we already won 1 game. Even though every game is $1,000.
Indeed it is. Every game you play is for the money, so even if you're not in the top anymore, you always have something to play for.
This is a much better Mouse draft. This is most likely going to be a support Clockwork, and I think
we got it done.
I think that they insta-picked the Clockwork after the Earthshaker. Decent counter that hero because of the long cast animations. The Shadow Fiend Templar Assassin matchup mid lane is something that they can win again. At pushing out, expanding Thug's hero pool a little bit beyond those 5 heroes that we talked about. This is a much more even draft. Now, that said, you got to deal with a mid-1 TA, and that's a little horrifying.
At least they've got the cog trick with the Shadow Fiend, so they can stack up the souls at the start. And I mean, Clockwork versus the first 3 picks that Secret have is very good. He's great at isolating Shadow Shaman, great at isolating Abaddon. Same thing with Earthshaker, as you mentioned, the slow cast times.
Yeah.
So I'm looking to see that Clockwork actually do a lot of work.
He's raising the TA.
Thank you, Owen.
Oh my, yes.
Hey, look who it is! If it isn't the old man himself, what happened to this hero? He used to be
I think it's going to be Coddle Legion Commander dual lane,
you think it goes together?
That's a super pressuring lane, just heavy burst, and you can always shocker up your Legion Commander. It's very devastating for like Shadow Shaman. He walks up, he just gets hit by 2 nukes, and he's pretty much dead.
How are you liking this game in terms of heroes that just do things?
They just do what they do. mousesports got a very do-what-you-do attitude here. We got shot. The only real skill thing they got is Clockwork's hook shot. And if you're a Clockwork, you should be able to nail that. But I actually really like the Coddle for the mana leak. I love playing Coddle against lineups like this because these carry kind of heroes have such a limited mana pool, and it's just you knock them out from the entire team fight. So I think it's super cool. I'm just interested in why did Coddle fall off so much? It's a question I never got to ask smart people. I mean, he used to be top pick material just a little bit ago. You're going to pick Weaver into Coddle? What?
Well,
makes their safe lane much stronger.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
It really stabilizes the laning phase. Weaver is going to get that Lincolns, and they don't necessarily have a bunch of single target spells to proc the Lincolns ahead of Monoleak, so it's not a bad, but this is a much more even draft. I actually think mousesports have a reasonable chance to win with this draft. I'm still gonna I said 2-0. I'm gonna stick with that, but I think this is gonna be a very close game.
How kind of you. They have a reasonable chance to win. They still won't.
No, I thought they were dead. After that game 1 draft, I just thought they were dead.
Okay.
What about you then?
I actually like mousesports a lot. I feel like the Coddle is okay against the Weaver as long as the lane has enough defense to make sure he doesn't dive you. I feel like they could own the early game, and yeah, it's going to be pretty rough with that Earthshaker for Secret to come over. So I'm going to go with Mouse. Call me crazy, but I'm feeling the rat.
I kind of think I like mousesports draft as well, but there's a mid one TA.
Oh yeah.
And he's an absolute beast, especially on the TA. So I don't feel like I can go against that. Yeah, so put me over there. Yeah.
Fine, you'll all be wrong, and I'll be right.
Wrong, and maybe mousesports can tie the series. We're going to find out in game 2 of the series with OD Pixel and Fogged.
Prepare for battle.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, game 2 now. Secret versus the beautiful mousesports. And we are going to be able to see if YapzOr can give us the shaker performance that he needs to for Captain Puppey. He didn't do it before, but he's ready and determined to try and do it this time round.
The beautiful mousesports, huh?
They are beautiful. Have you seen them? They're a good-looking bunch of boys.
Good-looking boys, yeah, true. I like this approach already, much more by Mouse. They have MNT on a playmaking hero. So that's always what I want to see this team doing. And I think this draft is just much more well-rounded than the last one. They actually have disables and things to actually catch stuff. That being said, though, Secret's got some heroes that they're very comfortable on, and I'm just waiting to see like what kind of lane matchups they actually go for. If they do just do safe lane Weaver, or if they put the Abaddon maybe down there to kind of thwart the aggressive lane that we do probably expect from Mouse. So here we go. We do just see, of course, the cogs continuing. Shadow Fiend up to 12 Necromastery, 24 bonus damage. So he should be quite okay versus the Templar Assassin in the first few waves.
Oh, yeah. So we're going to lane with what? A good base, well, 74 damage at the moment.
Yep, still just ticking up.
Pump it up. Max out those stacks.
Now he's at 80 damage, so that should be, pretty good. Like, all right, Thug, don't mess this one up.
Yeah, it's a fantastic feature, that.
Okay, so they're just gonna keep the lane standard. They're gonna put MP bottom to just kind of deal with the aggressive lane that's coming out from Mouse. And I think that they're just gonna move the supports toward and play around KheZu, give him a good start because he's really important for their like 5-man kind of group up for a Secret. If Abaddon's really shut down, he can always catch up, but I think he's really important in this game just for them to group around him and pause plays.
Do you think we're going to see MNT stick around this mid lane then? The early starts, is there just nowhere else you can really do much with the cog play?
I really like when Clockworks do this versus Templar Assassins, because you just walk up if you get him. I mean, even if you hit him with a couple cops, that's great because you can burn his mana, but if you trap a TA inside of there with a SF with level 3, level 2 raises, it's super easy to bring down a Templar Assassin.
Well, we'll see how this one goes up. At the moment, of course, Puppey there as well on the Shaman. Give mid one a little bit of backup. MNT, tanky old Clockwork, doing what he can to harass them. We'll see how this is leaving the side lanes. Obviously, again, these cogs.
A lot of harassment damage.
It really is causing issues for mid one. Certainly bringing him down low. He's still got a salve to rely on. And Puppey still is hiding that.
So top lane, I was wondering if YapzOr is actually going to do the pull that we did see from LeBron from Elements. Actually, we do see it go onto the Clockwork, but no, nothing to follow up. But yeah, I thought maybe he would try to go for those like fissure blocks into the pull in the side camp as the Earthshaker. But he went to stack it once and he actually missed the stack. I think maybe that's what he was wanting to do, but now they just double up the wave and they're trying to put some pressure on Madara.
I see. Sure, again, yeah. As you
mentioned.
mentioned.
Pull side here.
Trying to keep his CS down. We'll see what he can get into underneath the tower. Still has the salve, yeah. Pops the salve. The salve topped up. Puppey has moved up here as well now, so it's pick up the bounty. And we'll see if he does want to head up top. We'll have hit the level 2 with that bounty rune. And can certainly start to look to make some plays onto the safe lane of mousesports. Menti as well, picking up his level 2. And may look towards the bottom lane. At the moment, Skylark, 11 for 3. MP, 3 for 1. This bottom lane going very nicely for Mouse.
Yeah, he has to watch him. I mean, every time he walks up, he can just get hit by double nukes, so he has to be a bit careful with that top lane. They do get the go onto Madara. They've got the stun, they've got the shackles. The shield is going to pop soon. Puppey, though, getting some damage down on him.
Yeah, Madara's returning a fair bit. He will indeed end up going down as Puppey turns around with the shot. Blasts him out. First blood for Puppey and Secret. Mid lane, Thug. 9 CS against the 7 for 1. So despite that early pressure being put on by the Clockwork and of course the use of the cogs to get those souls up, the T8 mid 1 is still keeping up in the middle matchup.
Man, they're really focusing so much on him, though. At least MNT is. They put down a sentry ward. They de-ward the lane ward that mid one did have to kind of protect himself from those Clockwork rotations. And he's just going to keep playing around here. Make mid one's life miserable seems like a pretty good approach to me to hurt Secret.
Yeah, mid one, of course, will have Ancients and such to resort to on the way out if the stacks start to be made. But I believe already we've got vision what the Observer ward's out for mousesports by the Ancients on the right. And MNT, of course, making the movement up towards top. Has to be careful. And we'll just drop down a ward and imagine nothing more. As yeah, you do not want to head up top at the moment on your own. Still, 3 members of Secret keeping the pressure onto that Ursa.
Very close to MP actually dying bottom lane, getting hit by an LC nuke and a Coddle Blast. Yeah. They were trying to go aggressive onto Spartan, but...
Oh, no! MP! Oh! He just ran into an Illuminate. I mean, it's unfortunate. As you said, they've really been putting the pressure on, and I guess it was inevitable that... Ooh, Puppey as well. Also falling low. It's got to hurt. They may punish, though. Skylark actually came in front of Overwhelming Odds. He's incredibly low. And they're both in potential trouble here. Does MP want to dive this? I mean, they're going to head towards the shrine, and it looks like that's going to be enough to put him off for going for more. So Mouse will actually survive at the end of the day. But yeah, you've got to be so careful. You've just got so little HP to play with on that Weaver. And those nukes at this stage of the game really do hurt.
This is already pretty scary for Secret. All 3 lanes going quite handedly.
Yeah, much better start here in this second game.
Yeah, and I think it's super important for this like Rasta Earthshaker to actually do kind of duo movements. We used to see this combo a lot back in TI4. We used to see like Rasta Earthshaker actually almost every single game in that era. And the reason that it was so powerful was because of the dual roaming potential. You just fissure somebody, and then the Rasta can get in range and get the shackles off. But they're kind of splitting up the lanes here, and it's actually hurting Secret a lot.
Look at this position from MNT as well. We'll go getting behind the trees. He can run in and trap this TA if mid one comes too close.
Yeah, Puppey is invisible here, though, so they're going to shrine up and maybe try to make their own type of move. I want to see the 2 supports, though, for Secret definitely moving together now.
Yeah, and they will see this, of course, with that. Well, mousesports know that at least 2 of them hanging around, so that may be enough to indicate to SF to play safe. I don't think having that invis is going to make much difference with the fact that he's already going to be scared. Indeed, top. KheZu going to try and hit his way out. There we have the Fury swipes coming through. Not going to be quite enough, as KheZu will be able to get himself back under the cover of the tower. Still looking towards the mid lane. They do actually have that sentry out as well, so if Puppey comes round, he may catch him. He's coming in from the right angle, though, Puppey. Opposite side of the sentry wall, but the invis is gone.
And they have an opposite ward there, so they do see that rotation coming in.
But they really needed to make that work as well, because Thug is continuing to have a very good time in this middle lane.
Yeah, all 3 lanes farming super well. MP's recovering a little bit on some last hits. He picked up a raindrop, so he can't get bursted down so heavily from the 2 nukes from the Coddle and the Legion Commander, but still, he's constantly under threat under his tower of just getting hit by heavy burst.
He may have the drops, but he is out of regen.
Yeah.
So, even if they do make the connection, a couple of them at the same time, it's only going to protect you against half of the potential that this duo has. I mean, and this is... As you said this as soon as it came out in the Josh. This combination of Legion Coddle it's a very strong offlane that I feel we don't really see that much.
I mean, Coddle kind of fell off for some reason. I think we saw a couple games of it at Kiev, but overall the hero just wasn't being picked as much as I thought it was going to be picked. I still think he has his strengths.
Yeah.
He's a super good defender of high ground, which, I mean, stalling games as well, which is super beneficial to your team. Here we go, Secret making another rotation. They use a smoke to try to catch out Skylark here, but they are spotted.
Skylark already on his way back out. And Puppey, again, trying to find success with these rotations, but other than the kill top, yet to really find a good angle to come in. And as we can see, still on that overall net worth between the 3 cores on either side, it really is looking that that mousesports, they've just had the lanes figured out. They've had the stronger performance here in these early 7 minutes. And Secret I'll see what their answer is going to be to it. I mean, how do you deal with the fact that you've got 3 cores that are looking to be exactly where they want to be? Who do you target? Where's the weak point on Mouse?
I think it's like you have to make an adjustment here at this point with Secret. It's like either you do the duo room roaming for support for the 2 supports, which is not really working because now they're falling behind in levels, or you just kind of stack. Make sure you get the stacks up for your Templar Assassin so he has that catch-up mechanic, because now at this point you're falling a bit too far behind.
Look at this as well. Maybe next time could play with this. KheZu incredibly low. The cogs blocking him up.
He's actually trapped there.
He's trying to bite his way out. MNC tried to make the read of which way KheZu would head. Doesn't grab him, so doesn't get the kill, but KheZu, of course, will be forced back.
Nice aggressive ward. Always scouting KheZu's movement.
Causing a lot of issues here. Down on the bottom, Skylark. Very close to hitting the level 6. At that point, MP has to be even more careful. If they get a good wrap around from the trees, kill potential could be there. Puppey still hanging around in the neighborhood. Yeah, looking to set up the blast. Another... Ooh, actually juked out this time. They dropped the sentry. They are looking to try and get the lockdown here. They have the duel. The MP could be in a lot of trouble. Second Shikuchi out. And it should be enough to get him just far enough out of range. But he has to be so careful now. With sentries down, Skylark with the duel available. YapzOr is there. They're going to look to try and punish this perhaps. They'll look for a Fisher block. And is it going to be there? Skylark's on the final side.
He's super tanky too. Their damage is too minimal. I like the Mouse is also they're also adjusting a lot in this game. They're like, okay, the only way that the only way that MP gets like good farm under the tower and stuff is if he can see us, obviously. So they put down 2 sentries. They actually take out the lane ward that Secret did have, so they can just keep throwing the nukes on him, and it's out of vision.
So hard for MP to get farm in this lane. And you see now how scared he is. Had to pick up the bottle. Has the stick charges, certainly will help him a little bit, but only down to 2 stick charges, empty bottle. So regen, again, is not there. It's got the time-lapse, of course, to rely on if a especially nasty burst of damage comes through. It's a tough lane for MP.
So, yep, Thug goes to the jungle, trying to maximize experience for his teammates, trying to give MNT his 6 in mid lane. Does give a little bit of room for Midwin to farm the mid wave and then go do his stacks that he does have coming out. So that is the adjustment. Secret is recognizing that. You know, Puppey's like, I need my level, so he's just chain pulling, and then YapzOr is trying to help Midwin with some stacks and just kind of protecting him in the area. So you can recognize they're like, okay, our early game obviously went kind of to crap, so now we need to fix it.
What's Madara this game? Plays with Mask on par to hit the blink at a relatively good timing in the river. Mid-1 will deny the rune, make sure that MNT doesn't at least benefit from it. But yeah, as you mentioned with the bottom lane, Puppey, he's just going to get straight up dueled. And he is not in a good situation to fight that. So he'll be taken down. Skylark gets the duel win. Now looking for the retreat. MP is going to move forward. Nice blinding light, and that's going to stop MP getting any further right clicks through. He'll look for another Shikuchi. Skylark phases back, and he's going to be fine back into the tower. MP manning up against the Keeper of the Light with the Fisher. They'll get it. MP does take an overwhelming odds to the head. Down low. Nice stick charges built up, and will get himself out of there. So they lose the Keeper of the Light, but Skylark gets a kill and does get that extra bonus damage secured. And 1700 towards his own Blink Dagger. This is going to be a very quick blink for the Legion.
Yeah, he went for the 3-2 build, so he's just trying to get more sustain. He already feels like his nuke and the Coddle nuke's enough, not having to be maxed out. But yeah, Thug just continuing to maximize. I'm curious what build he's going for. He is going to be going for that Shadow Blade build.
I like that as well.
Yeah.
I mean, again, the Shadow Blade in a game where you're winning the lanes and already supports are kind of being starved. Yep. Now, it's... As long as you don't feed, you're going to keep your kind of overall net worth of the team ahead because of the consumables that Secret's going to have to purchase to deal with it.
Yeah, and he can go for like some really easy like solo kills. Like he sees a Rasta alone, 1-2 hit, 1 raise dead. Earthshaker kind of same story. These heroes are not very tanky, especially when you're fighting a level 12 Shadow Fiend with the Shadow Blade, which he's going to have very shortly. Bottom getting pressured by Mouse now. The tower too. Skylark about to have that Blink Dagger finished up. I'm
going to TP in and try and make a bit of a play. Fisher block first. Skylark still gets his way out of there. They'll bring him down low. MP going to look to chase this one down. Spartan, again with the blinding light, knocking MP back and has called in Madara. MP won't be able to stick around for the kill. The Blink Dagger's there. So now with the Blink on Legion and the presence of the Ursa, definite kill potential. Shadowblade is finished by Thug. He'll continue to hang around mid. But if they get a Blink duel, very likely to be a dead hero. They're going to come hunting. YapzOr spotted out by the Observer, and there we have. Jump straight forward with the duel. Do they have the damage to bring him down during it? It doesn't look like they do, but they will still get the kill before he gets any spells out. The block comes out, though, with the Serpent Wards. Puppey does find a kill in return onto the Coll, but it's mousesports that follow through, take down a second, and again, come out on top. Extra TP coming in now to this bottom lane as YapzOr is back out there. Skylark still looking around. Again, I believe burning probably was the last infused raindrop. Okay, no, still got 2 charges on the infused raindrop.
I think he bought a new one.
I was going to say, I felt like he lost those a long time ago. But definitely worth having. Worthy investment.
I like how he medallions the Legion Commander, and every single time so far he's pressed the attack, the medallion effect off of himself, so... cool little interaction. Here we go. Surround the bottom tower. They want to claim their first objective.
Yeah, they've got dual backup. MP, he is under that sentry ward, and he is almost certainly a goner. They'll jump straight in. They'll pop the... Oh, no, actually, okay. Because of the time there, MP's actually not going to get taken down. A good Fisher from YapzOr, holding off the initial go from Mouse. And MP, he's going to be fine. And in fact, Thug, to be potentially a little careful. KheZu's coming as well. Secret now, look for the turnaround. Fisher again. Oh, that's beautiful. It's blocked Thug up, and they'll take him down. Thug's out. Spartan being safe for the time being by Skylark's press the attack, and a cogs block from MNT will keep back the rest. But yeah, a bit of a fluff up there from mousesports, trying to go in with a commitment with the channeling of the ultimate. But YapzOr with a carefully placed Fisher, make sure that at the end of the day, we'll get something big in return.
Yeah, great positioning from there by YapzOr, but I think Thug got... I think that's just greedy, going for the wreck.
Yeah.
He could have just given him like a right click or two and then a raise,
like
and it probably would have been enough to bring him down, but he felt like he might need the ultimate. But yeah, they probably just didn't expect YapzOr to be there. Madara, YapzOr looking for another great Fissure. He's had a couple, he does get the block.
That's a good one. But do they have the damage? And it's unlikely. Madara's got Enrage if he wants. They'll finish off the tower. And Skylark's there as well with backup. At the same time, though, elsewhere, mid one did find the kill onto MNT. We're going to see MP try and chase down Skylark. See if he gets away with this extra bit of play. Does have YapzOr still in the neighborhood. And the Blink Dagger's complete for Madara. Skylark as well, with Duel again available. Maybe see if they can find a pick off together.
Spartan bottom. Gotta get two-shotted.
YapzOr's going to get jumped on. The double blink combination comes through. And what happened down there? What happened? Spartan?
He just got Blink Meld strikes, and he ends up getting the Blinding Light and survives, though, from mid one. But mid one, this Silent Assassin, he just been, during all this kind of chaos that's been happening in the bottom lane, he was just silently farming jungle, farming stacks over and over, and gets a nice early Blink. He's level 13 already.
I mean, look at the gold as well. He is level with this Shadow Fiend.
Yeah.
Mid one has just caught up phenomenally.
Covered very well. MNT spotted again.
Mid one wants to go for this, and has got very sizable backup. And there we have, straight away. No escape for MNT. Secret making the plays. YapzOr now on the road towards his Blink Dagger. A 6-6. A Secret with some of these fights starting to bring it back. They'll look towards Roshan. And it looks like they are going to commit for this one. Straight into the pit.
They've got Medallion, Bugs.
Yeah, they've got a lot of physical.
Even Roster Wards too. Yeah, this is going to be easy for Secret.
Can mousesports contest this? There's some in the neighborhood. It looks like they will check it out, but it's too late. Yeah, the speed that Secret can take that means that there's no chance for mousesports to even get a look in. Mid one now with the Aegis, and well on the way to getting the gold for that Desolator, I'd imagine. Yeah, there's the first Mithril Hammer. About 1,200 to go. And Deso, Blink Dagger timing couldn't be better for mid one.
They get a grab onto Thug here. Do they have reveal for him? They've got the
They've got so much change done. There's the dust out. And okay, Echo Slam will be thrown. And I'll tell you what, that little bit of damage was necessary there.
Yeah.
It certainly was. So it worked out.
It's the most important hero in the game to kill. I think it's fine to be expending ultimates like that for that. He got clipped like, it probably didn't do a crazy amount, probably did maybe like 100 or so damage, but that's enough.
It did a little bit, but it felt like if that damage hadn't come through, I think the Weaver's right clicks wouldn't have quite been enough. So.
Yeah, they had like the 160 with the Echo, so yeah, it was like 150, 160 damage, that's fine. Now they get some tower damage on it too. Been very close to that Desolator. They're just mirroring the movements of Mouse.
Yeah, Scarlet's got a DD, so Mouse can make pretty short work of this tower down here. But you're right, Secret making the trades. Puppey to head across, will be spotted out. Spartan and MNT are there, and Puppey will be the sacrifice for Secret. Extra bit of damage picked up by the Legion. MP will TP back. More TPs coming through. YapzOr in the tree line as well, scanning this out, seeing if he can set something up. We'll get the Fisher onto the Ursa, immediately perched up, pilot press the attack. Skylark very deep under the tower, though, will be chased down by the 3 of them. Now with a 4th member, as mid one TPs across as well. Mouse have to get themselves the hell out of there. They're going to lose a lot. The blinding light slowing down the damage that they can get onto Spartan, but now it's worn off. Spartan's got no hope. As they lose a second, MP not done yet, looking for the chase down onto MNT. He did have a fair few 1 charges, and with the cogs out, MNT will get himself back to safety.
That was crazy aggressive by Mouse, diving under the tier 2.
They didn't even finish the tower.
Yeah, playing versus like Abaddon, Weaver, Earthshaker. Like Earthshaker has so many different ways of stopping you, and then they have such hard to kill heroes with what Mouse has. That was a very optimistic play.
That's what going to be the Desolator done for TA. Dragon Lance complete and on its way out for MP. Mouse, they have certainly got to be a little bit worried now. They had a good lead coming off the back of the lanes, but that has all been closed upon. As we can see on the graph, straight back up for Secret, as they've had the superior mid-game team fights here at the start of it. And top lane, this is almost certainly a dead thug unless he can get some backup in a good hook shot. That will do it. MNT coming in just in time to block it off, saving his Shadow Fiend, but it will be at the cost of his own life. But Thug saved. MNT did do his job.
Did his job here, but I think throughout the whole scheme of the game, I'm not really feeling the presence too much of this Clockwork.
I mean, early game in the lane, for sure,
yeah.
But then the fact that now the TA's ahead of the SF, you got to say, well, did it really in the long run do stuff? Yeah,
exactly.
Right. KheZu,
dueled up. Mid one's there. Skylark just gets brought down.
I mean, always dueling an Abaddon that has the borrowed time available is always a bit of a risky call. So yeah, it gets turned around straight upon them. Now, what are we seeing on the YapzOr's blink? Is he must be pretty close to it. Close. Yeah, he's very close to it after those last few fights he's been involved in.
They're good on experience too. All of Secret, everybody's doing really well. Puppey's level 10. YapzOr 9, 15 TA, 14 on MP as well. MP's recovering very well after getting pressured super hard by that aggro dual lane. He's got Dragon Lance almost with the Solar Crest finished.
Yeah, good time in there.
He's feeling good.
And they can take turns like this. We'll see if they can punish, but mid one already just straight in onto MNT. That's going to be the clockwork out of the fight to start with. Thug eyeing up some sort of reinitiation, gets a raise in, and they will get the duel off. So mid one's down, but he has the Aegis ready for round 2. Fisher from YapzOr comes in onto 2. The blinding light, buying some time for Skylark and Spartan to get themselves out of there. But Secret, they're ready to dive. Look at KheZu just heading forward. Mid one jumps in for the double. They've taken down a third. And this game looking to take a very sharp turn for the worse now for mousesports. Secret getting themselves 3 kills. No punish from mousesports at all for that sort of play being made at this stage by Secret. And they'll get a tier 2 as well. Solar Crest now complete on MP. And that early game has pretty much all but faded away for mousesports. Blink Dagger on YapzOr. These next few fights are going to be so hard for them to do. I mean, it was seeing with this Ursa and the SF trying to get involved. But the shake of this game, YapzOr certainly making himself felt.
Yeah, YapzOr's positioning has been great this game. He's gotten some very nice fissure blocks. And ideally, the way Mouse wants to take fight is this Clockwork wants to get on top of the Ross and the Earthshaker, but every single time it's Secret catching one of them out initially, and then they have to fight 4v5 or just man down at some point. So Secret making the quicker and better moves than Mouse so far in this mid-game after the laning phase.
MP is hunting. I mean, look how aggressive Secret are playing here. They're swarming around behind this tier 2 in the middle lane, knowing that with the power that they have now, they can get away with pretty much whatever they want in terms of positioning. Elsewhere, Mouse is just looking to try and find something in return. They don't want to tackle Secret at this stage, so they're looking to push up top. Puppey already out there, hunting to maybe set something up on Madara. If he can get some chain stuns, that will buy time for the rest of TP in. He will get jeweled though. Jumping's there from the Legion, falling down low, but YapzOr comes in with a 2-man Echo. Fisher set up, and mousesports paying with a couple of their lives for killing Puppey. Support down, but it cost them 2 cores. Look how much money he's on mid one. He is rolling in it, pretty much buys a straight up Hurricane Pike. He had about 4k in the bank after that one. Just needs the recipe and he is good to go.
That's the best feeling as like a roster or something. You're just like, come at me, bro. Yeah. Fight me, and then your teammate just comes in and recovers and cleans up 2 cores. Just feels very good. Secret overall have a much better group up lineup now with the items that they're starting to pick up with the Blink Dagger and Earthshaker. Abaddon having that Vlad's. He's actually got Aghanim's finished up on him too. So it's going to be...
He's finished.
He's finished it.
Oh, boy.
So he's super farmed on KheZu,
Yeah.
and this is going to be very difficult for Mouse to really make any plays onto them now.
Yeah, maybe borderline impossible, unfortunately for Mouse. Secret as well, the ones to keep looking to keep the tempo high. Did get spotted out, I believe. Should have been clipped on the edge of that ward, so Mouse will know that this is coming. I mean, at least they should know that this is coming.
Yeah, I think they caught a glimpse of a few heroes getting smoked, so they should know something's up.
Oh, they'll hook in. They're trying to fight this. Jump forward from mid one, takes down one. That's going to be extra bit of bonus damage for Puppey. Very glad that the fighting occurred. Puppey with the plus damage, and the damage just doesn't stop it. Mid one, does he want to dive this? I think
he's got Arcane
he wants
Rune.
to. He really wants to. Straight up to the high ground. Quick mail strikes the old man on his pony. And he is out and down, the horse as well. Dead for good.
Man, they are just getting completely ran at right now.
It's not pretty, this series for mousesports and Thug. Oh, that dust didn't quite clip him. Very close there. Who threw that out? YapzOr, well, he'll be having words. Just out of range there with that dust. Thug will have to change his underwear. Mid lane, the push coming through, and it's a strong one. It really is. The damage, the speed that they can take down these racks. What can Mouse do? They'll throw down an overwhelming odds. 5 seconds and they'll have to keep the light back up to help push these lanes back out, but the melee wreck's down, 23 minutes in.
I like how KheZu just... like something that Abaddons do, like a lot of times, and you should watch a lot of what these pro Abaddons do, is he walked up and he didn't just stay hitting the racks. He hit it once to apply the Curse of Avernus and then backs up behind his TA. Walks up, hits it again to reapply it so that the bonus attack speed for them to be able to take it down faster. But yeah, Secret just methodically getting further and further ahead in this game. And Mouse's the Shadow Blade pickup for Thug, although I do think it was the proper item choice, he just got caught out of position from YapzOr just being in a great spot, and they're unable to really claim any type of aggression from their two kind of cores, like the Ursa and the Shadow Fiend aren't really able to get involved because of Secret's read on the game.
At least well, Thug with the BKB now. That makes an absolute difference against Secret's lineup. You know, as long as he's able to get it out before YapzOr jumps on him, or before Puppey gets the lockdown as well, there is going to be a chance for him to fight back. But of course, still a lot of physical on Secret's lineup.
And they're really durable now with the Abaddon with I almost said a
I mean, the amount of save that they're going to have, the Abaddon with the Aghanims, and the fact that your Weaver's nearly got an Aghanims as well.
Oh, he's going for Aghs too?
He's going for Aghs as well. And they've just found Thug.
And
that BKB, not going to be any use when you get insta-stunned like that. Oh, that sound.
That Shadow Fiend death was very sad.
The live audio from mousesports camp. Very, very sad sounds. Get your Bible thumps and your Fs out, please. But yeah, this series, I mean, it's not... What can mousesports take away from this? What do you think has been the biggest problem for them in these two games? Is it draft issues? Is it...
I think they're just... this game especially, they just didn't really group... They went for like this kind of like solo pickoff with the Shadow Fiend, but they didn't have full rotations in. They didn't have a ward behind the tower either. I know Secret did put down a sentry to preemptively kind of check for that, but it seemed like they were just not really with a full game plan. It was just like, okay, let's just get these items and we're going to go try to kill the safe lane, and our Clockwork's going to kind of just run around. But MNT's not able to really do too much on this Clockwork either. It just, not only does Secret seem more prepared, but it seems like Mouse has like a lack of kind of full direction in what they want to be doing with their draft, with their Ursa, with their Shadow Fiend. Ideally, with an Ursa lineup like this, you want to be able to either claim one of the early towers and then go for a quick Roshan, or claim a quick fight and go for a Roshan, but they weren't even able to just because Secret was in position.
Oh, Spartan will be kept alive there by the shrines. Mouse, see if they can head forward. The smoke will be popped, so they're looking to try and find some sort of a setup. Maybe if MNT can get some sort of god tier hook shot,
they need some
can
souls.
Go for the burst, but yeah. They need something. Blink dagger. Gold's now there for KheZu, so he can always make sure he's in position to come in with the Aghanim save himself. Soak up some of the damage from his team. Roshan back up, something that Secret can take very, very easy at this stage. Mouse, what can they do? Skylark, Blink, and the Blade Mail at 1k gold. We'll see where he wants to go next with his item build. Mid one just sailing away this game, about a 4.5k lead compared to Thug on himself. Overall, the team looking to be around the 14k lead mark. 14-13 as such, and into the Roche they go. They'll spot it out, but Secret do not give a damn.
Yeah, there's Mouse cannot contest this. MNT
They
might just try to go the steal. Yeah, that's the best he can do.
I love it.
He got it.
He's got away with it.
All right.
He has got away with it.
That's like the only thing that they could do there. There's no way they can fight there. So
He goes down, but you deny them the Aegis. It's worth it for a 30-second dead clock. I think you take that. They were going to get it. They were definitely getting the Roshan kill.
Yep.
You managed to take the Aegis away.
Breaking high ground is still difficult in this patch, but they are quite tanky on Secret already, and they even have now a blink dagger on the Abaddon, so he's able to just, I mean, he can just blink in, hit, and getting position easier. Yeah, exactly.
As there we go, in with a push, and then we'll have the clock back in 5 seconds. So Mouse 2 at the full lineup. Let's see what they can do to stop this. Secret up onto the tier 3 on the high ground. Blinding light to slow them down. Thug coming in trying to lay down the razors, but immediately, the hex is down to Madara. Will be purged up by the President's hand. Gets the chance to enrage. MP forced to time-lapse himself. Back off. Aghanim's now finished for Spartan, so will certainly be a bit of a help in these defenses.
Unfortunately, it just turned nighttime.
Oh, it did
literally
actually.
10 seconds ago. So that's unfortunate timing for the Aghanims for the Coddle.
Secret, they're respecting this. They actually do back away. The bottom lane has been pushed in fairly far. They got a lot of money to spend, so they can head back, kit up, as mid one works his way towards the Bloodthorn.
They have a lot of gold on the Courier as well. They have the full Aghanims for the Weaver, the full Ags for Weaver, and yeah, I mean, respect the Coddle, respect the Legion Commander. There's still a lot of wave clear on the side of Mouse to be able to Secret to break the high ground.
Yeah, and Puppey as well, just about a couple of quid away from having his Aghanim Scepter. Very much going to be there. 21 to wait. This point of the game, and it is not. I mean, actually, probably relatively to game one, it's looking a bit better for mousesports than game one did. I don't think this is as bad. It's still pretty bad.
It's still pretty bad.
But I wouldn't say it's as bad.
Yeah, they could. I mean, the last game at least had hope for landing big ultis. This one,
That's true.
Like,
they don't really have big
They don't have that
ultis.
wombo combo kind of concept.
Yeah, okay. It's probably as bad. Thug will pop the BKB to save himself it.
They've got the Ags Rost awards now, so maybe they'll just go for the push, try to just force the issue. 20 seconds on that.
There we have it. Let's see how much they can do. As you said, still for mousesports, hoping that that sunrise comes pretty soon.
Puppey's like 5 seconds, and I'm going to do it. 5 seconds.
He's ready to jump in and just drop him. Will be jumped upon here by Madara, who pops the BKB, but they'll actually drop the wards here outside of the base, trying to punch back into the bear. So at the least, Madara's like, well, baited the serpent wards, guys. They're out and down, so they don't have to worry about those knocking on their racks.
Yeah, that's a nice little play there for him. He had to use his BKB to force it, but
that's worth. I mean, BKB is a lot shorter cooldown than the wards.
Yeah, it's always good to be able to do that. Like, that's a big thing that people always said about versus Rasta. It's like, if he gets on your high ground, he drops the wards, and you don't have great things to kill it, your Rax is pretty much already dead, so it's nice. Just delays it a little bit longer. I
mean, because they do have pretty good high ground effect. Very good ways of cleaning out those waves. You know, with the raises, illuminates, the overwhelming odds. So Secret have to jump in and look for kills to really start things off. Or they could do this.
The hit time-lapse.
The hit and time-lapse.
I mean, it's only got a 16-second cooldown, so...
Yep. And no mana cost as well, thanks to the frog. So you can do that for days. No worrying at all about the well-being of your team mid lane.
This is just the result of MNT stealing the Aegis. They don't want to force the issue too hard without that Aegis, because it's still a little bit scary. You don't ever want to... I mean, pushing high ground, we keep talking about it. It's very difficult in this patch. They might even just split push now. Maybe just go for like 2 different lane pushes. They have like the Abaddon and the Rasta set up in one lane, and the Templar Assassin, the Weaver in another one, just forcing the issue. Now they're just cleaning up shrines, getting more and more of an advantage.
Bloodthorn now complete. Big one. 22k net worth on his TA. We expected a strong performance, and we certainly got that from this Templar Assassin.
He always goes godlike.
Yep.
Oh man, they catch Spartan outside the base.
And he pretty much gets one shot there. The Fisher to finish him off. They'll pick up a second, 2 kills. The Secret, now the Wars this time will manage to be dropped down on the high ground. as they start to pummel into the racks. With 2 gone, very little that Mouse could do with the remaining 3 to stop this, as Secret will claim themselves their second set of racks.
Oh, didn't think that they would catch a Coddle outside the base. They're probably pretty happy about that one. Now just going to be able to close the game up quicker. Mid one now, looking for a solo kill onto Madara. Does get first off.
By the press the attack. Madara pulls the BKB, tries to turn, and with the Enrage, actually bringing mid one down fairly low. In comes YapzOr though on the back lines with the Echo Slam into the 2-man Fissure, and that'll be Madara down for good. No buyback on this bear. BKB popped by Thug as he uses the Requiem to try and force them back. There's a buyback as well coming through from Skylark.
Very nice borrow time there coming out from KheZu. Just blinks into the front line. He's just like, oh, okay, mid one was getting focused on. Yeah, no more, because now I take 50% of the damage. So good usage there by him. Good itemization. Mid one going in.
Yeah, just straight up onto Spartan, bringing him down low. The press the attack in the shrine will save him. Still 30 seconds without the bear.
It is daytime now, though, so Coddle does have that increased vision and the heal coming out from the Ag's Blast. Secret's still showing a bit of respect to that, even though they do have a... They definitely feel a huge lead coming into this, but...
Yeah, they got the, again, the 1,000 GPM a minute coming around the corner. One more team fight, and then Secret will hit that lead.
Oh, and he got him. 2 hits.
Yeah.
And gets
the
time lapse. Spartan's a sad old man right now.
Yeah. It's been a relatively easy series here for Secret, as mousesports, they just haven't had their day. Thug taken down by the TA, and that's it, yeah.
And they're going to
GG, they're tap out. They've had enough today against Secret. Good news for Mouse, they're going to have to play again today. They'll be up against Vega Squadron, and we've seen Vega. That is by no means a much easier opponent. It's still going to be a tough series for them coming on for the rest of the day, but this one ends again. Secret getting the second 2-0 that we've seen here at Dream League, and this one definitely